Enry in the Chunnel. Enry was a poor steamer. Sometimes he could pull trains with ease, but sometimes he had no strength at all. It had lots of new parts, but they seemed to do him no good. One day, I tried giving Enry a fresh coat of green paint to cheer him up. Enry did feel much better as he took his passenger train, but along the way, it began to rain. The train entered a tunnel, but it didn't come back out. Charlie and Sid argued with Enry, but he refused to move. "The rain will spoil my lovely green paint," he said. Lizzie came up. She blew a whistle till she ran out of breath and waved her green flag until her arms ached. But Enry stayed in the tunnel. "I'm not going to spoil my green paint for you," he said rudely as he blew steam at her. Eunice approached on the other line. Lizzie flagged her down.
"Leave those trucks, please, Eunice," said Lizzie. "Enry's stuck in the tunnel and his passengers are waiting in the dark."
Eunice smirked as she left her truck in the siding and took Enry's coaches. Soon, some workers arrived. And so did I. "We will pull you out," I said. But Enry just blew steam at me and made me wet. They hooked a rope onto Enry's coupling. Everyone pulled. Except me. My doctor has forbidden me to pull, I told them. Charlie, Sid, and the workers pulled and pulled, but Enry stayed in the tunnel. Then they tried pushing from behind. But, I couldn't help. My doctor has forbidden me to push, I told everyone. They pushed and pushed and pushed, but Enry stayed in the tunnel. Everyone was arguing with Enry. "Look, it stopped raining," said the foreman.
"It'll begin again soon," said Enry. "And what will become of my green paint then?"
Then along came James. "Eunice and Lizzie sent me," he said. So the workers sanded the rails and James coupled up to Enry. He pulled hard. Enry didn't move. James was uncoupled and moved around to Enry's other side. He buffered up to Enry's tender. He pushed and puffed as hard as he could. But Enry still stayed in the tunnel. I told James to take Eunice's goods away. I had given up. "We shall leave you here for always." The workers took up the rails in front of Enry. Then later, bricklayers came. They began to build a wall in front of Enry. Eventually, though, the rain began again, and the bricklayers went away, leaving a gap in the tunnel mouth. So now Enry couldn't get out. All he could do was watch the trains rushing in and out of the other tunnel. The bricklayers didn't come back. I had decided to leave that gap there, so he could see what he was missing. Enry was very sad. He thought no one would ever see his green paint again. Soot and dirt from the tunnel had spoiled his nice new coat of paint anyway. He was cold and unhappy. He wondered if he would ever be allowed out to pull trains again.